Mystery of life. In a world veiled in secrecy and obscurity, wandering spirits move ceaselessly and unceasingly. Under the moon, witches perform a dance, while creatures of the night in lagoons lie in a trance. At the stroke of midnight, these creatures stir, as fairies, will-o'-wisps, and sprites gleefully whir, fluttering with joy and merriment, while the wind murmurs silently, with no argument. As the night wears on and the moon shines bright, the creatures of the night begin to take flight. With heavy hearts, they leave their midnight dance to return to their homes and their nightly romance. Dawn slowly creeps in, and the sun rises high, bringing warmth and light to the dark sky. The creatures of the night take shelter from the day, hiding from the sun until night comes to stay. The mystery of life.
The mystery of life. Inshallah and Ashe. Blessings to you, my energetic beings. And it sure is a magical, mystical Monday. How was your weekend? Anybody want to tune in? So while we're waiting for people to hop on to the live stream or join into the show, listen to the replay, whatever it is that you like to do, really taking that breath and that pause. It's the pause in the breathing, I guess. And just recognizing that things happen for us in divine timing. So is your spiritual faith in yourself, within yourself, growing, or are you feeling the intuitive sensations? Are they sharpening, honing in, quickening on your gift and your skills enough to make those choices that act in your alignment, in your true faith, spiritual faith, just allowing us to fully embrace our inspirited gifts? It's a spiritually unwavering energy. It's kind of resolute within our will, our solar plexus, holding faith. Part of the ingredients are being kind of released and continue to release them, releasing what is no longer serving us inside to the outside. It may be something that served you in the past. However, it is no longer serving us into our future, where we're threading through here. So it's a kind of a commitment to shift or change our karmic story. So it's no longer that broken record playing on repeat. And at the same time, you may be committing to the faith within yourself that becomes more empowering, more evolved. So it's a day to take in the gravity of our mind and our emotions, embracing the intuitive channels of the universe, just welcoming this otherworldly, reflecting embrace, if you will. So with that, welcome to today's Daily Snippet. I am your host. I'm a practicing holistic shaman medium, an otherworldly life coach, and a subtle energetic surgeon. I'm a reflector by design and human design. I do go by the term holistic shaman medium, which is just a choreography of them all, merging them all together. And my intention is to utilize the indigenous technologies, the rising of our origins, our elemental realm, the imaginal realms, our divine energetic blueprint to navigate our soul's harmonic through these realms, and so much more. A lot more, actually. But I really like to go into the dimensions, the portals, the gateways, the soul's wounds, and I can't even tell you what more, really. But that's why I do offerings and prescriptions, the otherworldly kind, the medicine kind, to navigate what's creating these energetic hiccups. Ritual really is food for our soul. And we've lost that choreography somewhere along the line, which I don't want to get into the who's, the how's, the whys, but rituals of the origin and really activating our personal medicine, our prime directive, our gift and our purpose, which is actually accented today so that our light shines even brighter. My name is Tonya D, and welcome to my virtual medicine room. And if you, of course, have yet to subscribe to my channels, please do. YouTube, Tonya D, or even my Musing with Tonya D podcast, which is great, on Apple, Spotify, pretty much all the channels, my website as well. And we've entered into the realm of spirit and karma. This is like energetic hiccups. Our crown centers online during the entire season of Pisces. It's our spiritual acumen. It's prophetic vision. It's the angelic being Sandalphon. So you might just get songs like piping in just out of random nowhere. Could be messages through songs, actually. But I always like to give a shout out to my new peeps entering my village, my community. just a validation, a voice acknowledging that I do see you. And I am grateful that you have arrived. New people, guests, friends arriving to the show, new subscribers. Thank you. Blessings and ashe. And of course, those of you that have been on my journey since the beginning. I'm kind of switching things up just so you're aware. It really does take a village, a tribe. And my intention for February, have you been assisting me to hit those YouTube goals? Just kind of putting it out there. Just remember gratitude and blessings, paying that forward as always. And of course, I always like to give a shout out to those of you that tune into the replay later and comment. Thank you for that as well. And again, if you don't mind hitting the bell button so you're notified along with the white rabbit. That's just what I see the white button is. It's kind of funny. Comment if you do feel you're in need of a message of the day. I do have a message for our week. Just sharing is just another way of paying it forward. It's a gratitude blessing. And of course, you could also find me on other social channels, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. I should probably start going live there, but just remember, I'm your otherworldly shamanic reflecting assistant. You truly are your own healer, but sometimes we do need an otherworldly perspective to get us out of our own magical way, myself included. I think we're all magical, energetic star beings, actually. The daily snippet, what do I muse about here? The galactic frontier, the cosmic insights, the planets, what their dance they're doing, the elementals, the 4 pillars of Chinese astrology and destiny. I actually brought that in years ago when I was doing energetic face and body treatments to bring the energy body into balance with the 4 pillars. Kind of shows you what's imbalanced, along with the subtle energies, the chakras that are online and how they're navigating through each season. Usually the channels, the pathways, the meridians, and even our auric fields, along with usually a message for our day. So how was your weekend? How was it for you? Did you really take a breath? Did you take a pause? A long pour of an inhale? Did you connect with the divine, the inspirited higher being that we all are? So today we're going to take that inspirited higher self, our Sira, what we look like on the other side, the being that we are on the other side. So you might feel a little bit overly inspirited today, maybe a little bossy, maybe you're like in control, whipping it up, feeling responsible, spiritually responsible. So the energy of the season is to light up. It's kind of like the topsy-turvettes, 1 foot in this dimension, 1 foot in an alternate dimension. So this may be the first day of the season where we feel this restriction to really get things done, climbing the spiritual mountain, if you will, like a goat or a fish out of water, feeling a little different. You may face spiritual waters, issues within yourself, emotional tidal waves that are kind of revolving. It's a revolving door, little spinning door things around responsibility, self-judgment, being maybe too hard on yourself. Hello, right? So if you do have a history of being unkind to your soul, any of those kinds of issues, this really is the day, a gravitational force, to really embrace kindness, be compassionate, showing yourself some mercy, be forgiving, be heartfelt, faithful in your approach, and taking that weight that you are imposing upon yourself, get it off your shoulders. It's like the God Atlas, if you will. We don't need to carry the weight of the world. And if you are being unkind down to your soul, treating yourself harshly, you kind of set yourself up to also be treated unkindly, or the winds of fate out into our day-to-day world by the world. How we treat ourselves on the inner world is how the world outside of us treats us. So really show mercy, be kind to yourself, adopt a new policy, adopt it, adopt like adoption. Literally writing a new policy to lighten up our field and ending this cycle, this gravitational pull, and really releasing what no longer serves us. It's also a day where we can really take back our power. How does that sound? Empowering us, serving as a moment in time and space to actually do so. So it may be the time, a moment to take really inner choreography, responsibility for something within our relationship to ourselves. And it also may be possible that we have this lingering energy, if you will, kind of pulls at us, an issue within ourselves that we have allowed to be kind of lingering, to continue for way too long, causing imbalance energetically, disharmony in our filtering system. So this energy of being responsible today will give us the boost energetically to make a shift or transform for the better. Just drawing the line, allowing the drawbridge to be reclined on what we're able to commit to within and for ourselves. So really taking a breath again and a pause during the day, throughout the day, as we weave and we go inward, do a vital energetic checkup, evaluating our spiritual self, our spiritual bodies, and determine if you need to become more or less controlling of your inner world, kind of simmering like a cosmic soup pot. And maybe are you able to go into your inner world and commit to a new way of shifting and spiritualating into a higher inner change, a force of reckoning, if you will? Hope so. So just a few announcements. I do have a Clear Mindset, Surrendering to Your Remembering with Julianna Whitlow. That was released last Thursday, the Season of the Witches, the theme for this season, with my Musing with Tonya D podcast. Be sure to listen on Apple, Spotify, or just go to my website, tonyad.tv. And in August of this year, thanks for joining me, those of you that have, for the retreat, The Magic in the Mountains of Mongolia. If you are up for an adventure, this is not a luxury getaway, by the way. We're going to be traveling with the indigenous people of Mongolia, 6 indigenous medicine people, the shamans that are native to the land. So this is like a traveling, not a tourist kind of thing. So be sure to jump in. Space is truly limited. And also for fun, I started doing a secret mystery chart on Sundays. So if you would like to be a mystery guest on my live show in the Rising of the Origins, comment below. So yeah, super stoked about that. But today on the Elemental Highway for a Mystical Monday, or a Magical Mystical Monday, we do have a young fire dragon, kind of energy of the day. It's a Bing Shen. And the dragon of the fires, the mountain of the inner big fires, kind of like a volcano inside. We totally have an eastern direction feeding the fires, the rabbit, the tiger, and the dragon. And they're in flow, which is great. East, which is wealth and ideas, visions, stuff like that. All that is feeding our fires, all that nature. So we're missing mineral, we have 0. The element of stone, metals, our day really does need minerals, communication, storytelling, decision-making. And yang fire is the sun. It's excitable, it's joyful, it is love, it's spirit, it's the divine source, the other world, the beings of the other world, but it's lively, it's responsive, and we do have energy coming from the year, feeding the wood and then feeding the fire. So this is our day where things come towards us and we're able to become solid like the mountain. We become stable. We can go to the mountain, tell the mountain our secrets. And the dragon creates fame, performance for our day. So what does our day do? We have all these resources, we have ideas, we have visions coming towards us. So we're then able to take an action, fire, putting those ideas, visions to use to manifest them in the physical, in the earth plane, the earth star, kind of how it all plays out. But the yin water, that's wet earth, actually, in the dragon. So all of our wood elements, they're bursting, they're growing, they're budding, they're underneath the surface, kind of bubbling, kind of like spring, right? But this is wealth. It's prosperity that comes from the refinement of our words. Metal is wealth for a fire day master. Wealth comes in a variety of forms. Our health is also our wealth, right? This would even be somebody who maybe invests in mining and metals, buys gold on the stock market, a CEO, a manager, etc. But a kind and gracious, excitable one, merging all those elements, the inner peace, kindness, courage. It's going to take courage. That's also metal or mineral as well. And passion drives these ideas. Community, a team. That's kind of the energy of it, the nature of the resource, which is wood. So this could be ideas from mentors, could be ideas from parents. Big yang wood energy is strong for our fire, and the yin wood is actually a better asset. Yin wood is the vines or the lawn that just keeps growing when we trim it. So we do need to hone in and trim. That's why we need yang metal, yin metal to trim up. But our day is rooted in the tiger. We've got yang fire hidden. So we have a hidden friend. We have an ally that might be coming forward to assist us. But we also have yang earth in storage. So this person or our day may have some more energy at the hour of the monkey when the metal comes to be released in the tiger, releasing the earth, and the hour of the rooster as well. Those are the hours of making decisions, having a meeting at the rooster hour, which is actually it was actually earlier this morning. Great time to have a meeting, I guess, Monday meetings. But the yin water is power. It's coming from being at peace. The inner yin water is the peak of our inward journey. This you have to kind of ask yourself, does this bring you peace, inner peace? And the rabbit feeds the flames, the fire, but mineral, metal, decisions, committing, stuff like that. So it's time to kind of decide and commit to our inner evolution, our spiritual growth. That's the yang fire. So what is our spiritual story to become next? Coming to terms with our past, the broken record, releasing it, and being able to commit to the flow with a new intention for ourselves, flowing into the year and into next year. So what is it that your heart desires to commit to? Your own spiritual story and navigating that story, your relationship with the universe, the divine, your higher self. So are you going to commit time and space to meditate, conversing with spirit, voice? Either way, be kind, be compassionate, be self-loving, spiritually loving of yourself and those aspects of those other bodies. And I actually am doing a message for our week today. I went with the weavers, weaving the threads in the tarot. So with that, oh my gosh, things are happening. Where is it? Sorry. There we go. We do have the Three of Cups. It is otherworldly, but it's a great card. The 3 is Jupiter energy, Sagittarius. It's the 9th house. Jupiter is transiting Aries now at the degree of Chiron. 11, integrity, reality, Virgo. What's in our reality? Are we able to make real about our character, our behavior within ourselves? Are we pouring a double shot of love from the inside to the outside, from the outside to the inside? Are we, I want to say spiralating. Are we spiralating spirit, our divine heart, our high heart, of behaving and treating ourselves with more love? So in our day-to-day world and our choreography excels when we add more love to our character inside of us, the higher self of self-love, our Sira, the cups, the waters, emotions, the field of emotions, the moon's in the season of our mind, Gemini. What are our thoughts? What are our thoughts about how we feel towards ourselves? Are they miserable thoughts, or are they thoughts of releasing the thoughts, or are we thinking that they're no longer serving our highest good, so we're releasing them in those water waves? Our highest evolving and spirited self. So just healing subconscious connections, relationships of this world and not of it, because fire is also the realm of the ancestors, the intuition, the moon, Neptune, Pluto, and still water, right? Yeah, Neptune, Pluto, still water. The bubbling spring, birthing waters, the galaxy or the ocean, the god Neptune, and Hades, the god of the underworld. Love, community, support, those kinds of things. So this is a great time, or really a great week, a day to connect with love of ourselves, the other, the world, the environment, and get in the flow of reconciliation, clarity, focusing in on our relationships, not just with ourselves, but mostly with ourselves and with the outer world, treating ourselves with kindness so others outside of us are more kinder and gentler as well. It's a time of harmony, a time of balance, and just prioritizing social and those family connections. I would say all connections, all relations, all relations. You may have an energetic hiccup at work, maybe an opportunity to collaborate, a partnership, be open to all kinds of connections in all forms, various and otherwise, but just make sure that you can heartfelt commit to those, whatever they are. But otherworldly, have you been spending time tending to your inner garden, soliciting your inner solitude? That's kind of what we should have been doing over the weekend. Or maybe you're not feeling up to going out and spending time with people. Maybe you want to stay in your cocoon, just kind of going through your own little metamorphosis. I hear you. Just taking time to reflect, to focus on yourself for this transformation, this change. So doing whatever it takes, whatever you need to be supportive of your inner world, your inner garden. feeding your soul. Maybe communicate your needs with those around you in your village, vocalizing using your voice to your community. Even set up some energetic boundaries, which I find most people don't do that. We allow things inside. We have to do like cosmic cleansing of our auric fields. It's a thing. So it might be a week of just some self reflecting on your relationships with yourself and the others, where maybe you're having a realization or a knowing that you no longer belong in this community, this love space. People are not supportive of you. Relationships, maybe they've fallen to the wayward waters. So if those relationships are important to you, feeding your soul in a healthy way, not inhibiting to your spirit, it might be a great idea to kind of reconnect, reconcile. The universe takes away what is no longer serving us in the golden chalice. That's Jupiter and Aries kind of excelling a divine connection through our heart space. So, with spirit being the prime directive of our day, managing our tone, our emotional tone within ourselves, recalibrating to evolve our spiritual acumen, those conversations inside, it might be Sandalphon singing a new tune, but I would simply affirm something that you are able to heartfelt commit to, something that stirs your soul and awakens your spirit. Myself, I would be like, I affirm to be at peace with knowing where I no longer belong, surfing, because I'm a thought surfer. I'm a reflector. So just an idea. Comment below if you're interested in being a mystery guest on my show. And with all of that, blessings as always. And I'll see you on the other side. Ashe. Make it a great one.
Whatever term resonates with you is Hades. And I gotta tell you, the first time Hades came to me and I heard that name, I panicked. I immediately shut down the meditation because I was a newbie, shut down the meditation, everything. And I was like, oh my gosh, is this evil? Is this bad? Is this all these things? And I'm like, no, no, no. And as I started going down on my journey, and he was with me for the whole first year, it's exactly that. You have to descend. You have to go into your darkness, into your shadow, and really understand who you are before you can start ascending, before you can start doing all of those light things. And it was a beautiful journey. And again, part of a key of what I do is you have to go to the death. You have to go to those dark moments. A cycle is coming to an end. You have to grieve. You have to mourn. You can't just hop into the rebirth and not mourn and let go of all of the cords and everything.